Also on the Foxbeat this morning, a movie about a mysterious train accident is grabbing the attention of enthusiasts from all over the world. And joining me this morning to talk about this very unique project is a member of the Fox 2 family, Jeff Jewell. He's the film editor, and also Marty Shea. He's from CollabFeature.com. No S. I want to make sure I say it correctly so you can log on and get it correctly. But this is just a cool kind of project. You've done this before, but for someone who's never heard of CollabFeature, tell them what it is.
Sure. We take filmmakers from all over the world. We write films over the internet. All the films have connected stories, so every filmmaker has to figure out a way to connect their segment to the next guy's or woman's. And we made The Owner, which came out several years ago. And now our second film is called Train Station. It involves 40 filmmakers from 25 countries. And there's actually 3 segments from Detroit in it, and as well as countries like Iran and Colombia and Germany. And Jeff here helped us edit everything together, which was one of the challenges of the film.
And it's a big challenge when you have one film with 50 or 150 different people working on it to make it seamless. Jeff, how do you make it seamless with different people from different parts of the world?
Well, that was the real challenge. You know, a lot of it, though, they had already written this story, and so it has a coherent through line. And the challenge was just to find a moment in between each segment that would transition from one into the next, that would make it seem like the audience knows that you're still watching the same story. These are the same characters, and it's a little jarring at first, but eventually, you know, you sort of get used to those changes and start to realize and settle into the story and just start to enjoy the fact that you're seeing these different settings and different
the cool thing about it is it brings diversity to filmmaking just inherently in the project itself. Where did the idea come from to do it several years ago? Where did the idea come from?
It came out of being a filmmaker and wanting someone to collaborate with, honestly. We had no intention of doing this on a worldwide scale. I didn't think that was possible.
Right.
Once we got online and started talking about it, people from other countries started to say, hey, I'd like to join in on this. And it just sort of blew up, and we said, well, now we got to make something, so we did.
Do the different sensibilities of the different filmmakers from different parts of the world add to each character in different ways?
Yes, everybody had the freedom to interpret their character. We wanted people to put in something from their own city, something unique to their culture. There's different languages, the different races, skin colors, genders, but the story had to be, the fundamental story had to be maintained. That was the only real rule. And you got to decide, every filmmaker got to decide what direction to take it in, but it had to continue with what happened before. So it ends up being an experiment in storytelling and how a viewer watches a story. The story is always more important than all of these other elements.
Yeah.
And that was interesting, I think, in a way too, though, because you say there's all these different sensibilities, but then we were just talking about this before we came out here, that everybody is kind of the same.
Yeah.
And you watch this story that really is the same in every culture and every setting, and it makes sense. It kind of shows the similarities that we all have around the world.
Now, Jeff, you work here as well at making the beautiful music of television news. How is this, making a film is a very different process. This must be rewarding for you in a different way.
Well, it is. I mean, working here, you know, we put a story out every day, and it's just, you got to just go quick. And this was a kind of a gift to be able to just spend weeks, you know, at home in front of my computer, you know, spending time that I don't normally have, and that's part of the joy of doing this.
We're cursed with our perfectionism.
I like the way you roll, Marty. I like the way you roll, man. People can see this on February the 7th, an exclusive screening at the Main Art. What will people get when they come into the theater to see your movie?
They're going to get an experience like they've never seen. So I've had a lot of people, the feedback is always, you know, the first couple segments, they shift. It's weird. I've never seen anything like this. Then they get to be to the point where they're anticipating what's going to happen next, what country am I going to go to. So it's really a journey around the world through different minds.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a Q&A and a sneak peek of our next project, which is 1 Billion to 1. It's a series also done with our filmmakers around the world.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Appreciate you, Jeff, always, man. You're a good man. All right, Marty, good to see you again. Train Station rolls into Detroit February the 7th. A special one-night screening, like I said, the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak. You can get more information, of course, at CollabFeature.com. No S, CollabFeature. All right, next on the 9, some date ideas for couples who like to shop together. Sounds like trouble to me, but we'll help you coming up.